Okay. Oh, no. Alright. Oh, God. Alright. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the VDC game tonight. Two teams from the Premier League facing off against each other. Hollowed Heroes versus the Heroic Gurus. It looking like a pretty good matchup. One team is going to go to bind. Both teams are going to go to bind, and then the next match is going to be Haven. Should be interesting. Should do two completely different styles of maps. And one team's going to have Hurricane with Kane, which is going to be interesting. Two Canes on the same side. Might as well call it a crutch. And then you got Mollis with the Hollow Heroes, Tristan and Ephraim. Tristan should be the duelist for the night. And as we see Heroic Gurus, they're going to have Happy and Sunni Halam. It's going to be the duelist Sentinel combo with the controller with Maz as the duelist. And their substitution player, Athia, AT, the Sentinel player for the night. As we should be heading into the game any moment now. Fine, I'm expecting some good picks here. Fade could be a good pick here. Plus maybe some good agents like Raze. Raze has been really prominent in the meta lately. And some good Sentinels would be like Chamber. You got Killjoy, Cypher. Killjoy is probably the least played Sentinel I find. But you got Sage, you got a whole bunch of Control. Double Sentinel is probably going to be the move tonight. With some good intel, you got Fade, you got Sky, you got Sova. The controllers I think make the biggest difference in playstyle. Omen smokes aren't as useful. As we're going into game here, we're gonna see a nice rate, two raises, one for each side. Hollow Heroes is gonna bring out the Fade, as I mentioned earlier. Sky, who is gonna bring out the Birds. You can flash down B long, you can flash down A short, and get a lot of intel from Sky. However, Hollow Heroes chose not to go Sage, so they can't just slow down a push coming up from B short, A short, showers, wherever you decide to wall. Planting is going to be a little bit trickier, but they do have two initiators, one being the Fade, one being the Sky. That's going to be a lot more information they get. But as the attacking team, you having Chambers on both sides as well. Both great Sentinel players. First round here. Some good knives coming out of Euphorant and Malice. And the offense is looking towards a B hit here. That's going to be, it looks like it's going to be an early B short aggression. But it's a 3-stack towards A. But Chamber does have his quick TP over to the other side. Brimstone's going to look towards B long. But it looks like it's going to be a last-second change from the Heroic Gurus to an A short push right into the 3-stack of Hollowed Heroes. This is going to be a bloodbath early. The dog comes out, Nade comes out. And that's just going to be the early battle as the Nade claims Suni Halong, first blood of the game. Chamber TP's all the way to B site. Now Faith all alone on A site. And it's going to be a Raze. Raze still alive. Faith's going to find the kill onto Chamber. Happy will fall. And now everyone from the defense is here. And they're just going to TP over to B. Sky's still over here on B. And now it's two players versus one. Nice flash comes out of Sky. Sky's going to not claim Raze instantly. Raze will live barely, but is going to die to Brim, who just gets the site. And he will clean up both of them with a 1v2 onto the B side by himself. Great round from the defense, only losing one. And it was just a little bit of a mishaps from Sky. Everyone missed shots here and now and then. And he does have bot in his name. Maybe he's actually a bot, but I don't think so. I missed more shots than that, so I can't say too much. As we're going to see more of a spread out attack here on offense. Looks like it's going to be 3 towards Showers and then 2 just playing soft B. Could be a good change pace here for the offense as the nade does come out into Hookah. Sky's going to get some intel. That could be some good false intel. Fade's going to back up after seeing some people in Showers. The pistols on the offense aren't playing very fast. They're trying to see if the defense can make a mistake. The dog comes out. I don't think it sees Raze. It's going to catch Brimstone. This could be a good false information for Sky. And Sky's going to expect it. Raze does not get the kill. Neither one gets the kill. Sky gets a nice flash. Molly comes out of Brim. Good Molly from Brim to stop the aggression from the offense. The offense, however, is going to turn their looks towards A. Chambers going to peek out, get a nice shot onto Suni, and Suni's going to fall. And the smokes come out from Brim. And he's going to pop out, get 2 more, 3 more, make that a 4K so far this round. The last one in showers. He's looking for the ace. And Malice just does not want to give him the ace. What a bad teammate right there. But what a round from the defense. 2 rounds in a row, only losing 1 player so far. Now, on the offensive side, they all have Vandals. And they all have armor. But so far, the defense looks unbreakable. How will they find a way to break this defense? It looks like their answer is going to be through hookah and be long. Chamber's going to be lurking towards the shower position, so this could be a start of a first battle between Chambers. Sky will get information that they're hookah. Raze is going to just jump out A short, which means all of a sudden the offense will get a first kill in showers. He teleports right into Raze, and Raze is going to claim him on the retrade. And now it's a 4v4. Raze just got all the information that they might not be here, but Raze is now going to take a battle. He turns away at the last second. And now, you're going to watch. And he knows that someone else is now short. He's backing up here. And it looks like they're going to disengage. But that's going to pull the 1 player away from B. So now, 2 players against 4. The offense has come in. Sky Dog will catch out the stage. Shooting comes out from Raze. Raze will get the Brim. Brim will fall. But Kane with 3. And now it's Sage in a 1v2. Fakes the plant, which could be fatal here. But is now going to stick the plant. Dog comes out. Doesn't catch the Sage. Could be a lot of false information, but Raze is going to just instant dome the Sage, and Sage will fall to make it 3 rounds for the defenders. That's 3 straight rounds for the defense. Even with the weaker guns, the offense is struggling to find a way to break through hollowed heroes. They need to find an answer, and that chamber battle was a good answer, but Raze was all the way up A short and instantly traded it. And then there was no trade for the Raze, so it became a 4v4. And that Raze came back and destroyed the Sage there at the end of the round. And now we're going to see a little bit of a force fight coming out for the offense. This is going to be really risky here. This could affect their next buy. They do hear a Stinger burst come out. Chambers not playing his TP to B from A, which is going to force him to stick here. He misses the op shot. He goes between 2. And the nades come out. Kills Sage. Both Raze nades will kill somebody on the offense. And then aiming head hard will get another kill and happy. And now it's a 5v2. Raze is pushing up A short again, following the boom bot. Soon he's gonna not see this. He's gonna have his heal out. Gets killed. Aiming his hard. Gets 3. He will not find 4 because the Raze will stop the Raze's terror. Chamber misses the op shot again, but Raze misses more Spectre shots than the op. And now he's stuck in a 1v4, 3 on A, 1 on B. He doesn't know how many are on each site. 11 HP. He's gonna peek out. He sees Fade. And this is the battle he needs to win. He's going to miss, and Malice will put him down into his grave. And now it's a 4-0 for the defense of Hollowed Heroes. The defense is now switching it up a little bit. They are going to put Chamber... looks like he's going to be putting him towards B. This might switch it up enough to stop the offense from realizing what they need to do against their defense. But Brim's still going to go over to A, which is still going to make it a 3-man site on A. And Chamber looks like he's going to peek out short here. He might find 2 players waiting in the wings for him here. And he misses the shot again. Chamber's not finding these, but his team is really backing him up here for him to help him find his stride. Fade has pushed out all the way showers. A is known to not have anybody there, so Brim's on his way. Sky ult comes out. We'll know they're all here. Raze is in the smoke, spraying down the thing. Sky's gonna find Chamber, but will not get him. Happy will kill Kane. Hurricane will come in with like a hurricane and get 30. Happy will find him in the trade. Now is a 2v3. Bomb in the middle underneath Hookah. Chamber is now in elbow, looking for the other chamber. They're going to both get spotted by the nice fade lineup. Nade comes out. Happy will find aiming is hard. It's going to make it a 2v2, and all of a sudden he knocks it down to make it a 1v2. Happy on a roll right now. Fade is pushed out here. She's going to find Brim, and Brim will make sure that she does not kill him. And now the offense has found their rhythm and found one so far this half. Great adjustments from the offense. And it looks like a little bit of a pause here. Hollowed Heroes, their defense looking really solid. If it wasn't for Happy just all of a sudden pulling out an op that he got for free while killing people, I don't know if they would have won that round. Looked really difficult, and his op shots are on point right now. I can't say the same for a Hollowed Heroes chamber. He's been missing them a little bit. But if he's not in his rhythm right now, it makes a lot of sense. And if your opper's not in rhythm right now, maybe you force him to put him into a... you force him not to be the opper here, as it looks like it's going to be a round rollback. And that win for Heroic Gurus just got taken away. They may have found their stride, but now they have to do it again. This time, Chamber's going to be playing towards the A site. Fade is going to be on the A side as well. This is a good defense. Switch up again. Throwing their team, the enemy team off. Which is going to... and it looks like it's going to be more of a defaulted style from Heroic Gurus. Gyros. And all of us, they're looking like they're just going to go for the B hit here. Sky and Brim don't look like they're going to push out aggressively, so they're not going to get as much intel early on as they did last time. But the dog's going to come out short. Bird comes out short as well. And Chamber's going to see nothing here. Raze is going to go through the TP, looking for something. Gets one. Will instantly get traded. Happy's going to get a kill on Hurricane. Otzi's going to pick up the Brim. Kane's stuck in crate. He needs to come up big here. He will not. Maz will get one. Malice is going to trade him, and he's going to fall instantly to Sumi. How long? Imperium peeks out with his op and misses another one. My man is struggling a little bit with that op. I guarantee he can turn it around here. However, you're seeing aiming is hard. He is doing a lot of work. Him going in there like a kamikaze, maybe not the best strat when you are top fragging. But he did get one. Kane didn't come up huge in the crate, and which is another thing. Offense is now going back to A, which wasn't working for them early on. Raze is going to early aggress here on short, and she's going to find nothing, and DC will get the kill. And now you're seeing the quick rotation coming out of the defense. They're going from B to A, two of them. Fade's going to showers to try to protect herself, and she's going to look for the battle, but Happy's going to get the kill on her. There's a retake coming out right now. Sky's going to get caught by the chamber trap, which will now alert them to her positioning. Brim and Chamber are trying to push out of CT. Molly comes down to U-Haul. Dog is going to come out, and she knows Chamber's looking for her, but she's not going to expect three people looking for her. Raze is going to find Hurricane and U-Haul, and it's all down to Empyrean in a 1v5. 1, 2, 3. Knock him down with 4. He's got to find Brim and quick. He doesn't have a lot of time. Brimwell comes out. He teleports. And D-Tech will shut him down from the ace clutch. 1v5 to a 1v1. He almost pulled off the impossible. Give this man a rifle. He is hitting his shots. He's going towards A site. He's looking to do the quick rotations, which was working really well earlier on. But it looks like the offense is looking to put their Sage on the lurk instead of Chamber, which is a little riskier. She doesn't have to get out of the free jail card, but she's already running all the way back over. Fatal. Out. Sure, that's going to be a lot of battles. Sage is going to get detected with her dog. And it just looks like it's a lot going on B short. Mouse is going to find the first kill of the round. And it's going to be on Mess. As soon as How Long gets the kill on Malice, that's going to be the nice trade going on. Now it's 2 people towards A, 2 people towards B. And looking like it's going to be an A hit from Heroic Gurus. Who's in a little bit of a frenzy. They don't see anything. They're going to get the chamber. Imperium drops. Will they check for the second one? Short. Aiming his hard, gets 1. He doesn't get 2, which will make it a 3v2 for the 2v3 for the defense to retake. Sky is long away from the site right now. Brim is going to have to create all the opening he can get right now. Sky's going up heaven. Walls down for Sage. This is going to make it even harder to push in. He's going to go into U-Hole, find that there's nothing there waiting for him. And Chamber's going to miss 2 shots on the Kane. Hurricane will find 1. But Happy will not miss another shot onto a Kane. And Bot Kane is in a 1v2. Will he check for Brim? He does get 1. He gets 2. He clutches the round, but he won't have time to defuse it. Oh no! So close for the defenders, and now it's a 4v3. 4-3. The attackers are finding their groove here. Defense isn't really doing much as of late. They're losing a little bit of their gunfights. Happy's hitting those op shots, which is causing a lot of chaos for the defenders. Bot came. He did a lot of work there. They're doing a lot of work in these clutch scenarios when they really should not be in 1v5s, 1v3s, 1v2s. Not trading properly. Raze is doing the shower. Quick short play here. Almost gets naded off of it. Sage is peeking up a little bit. She's going to find the contact on the fade, and Sage is limping with how much HP she has left. Empyrean. Raze's action is going to come out into B hookah. It's going to force Sky out into the thing. Empyrean hits an up shot, knocks down Sage. It's a 4v5. Offense looking towards B. Skybird comes out. We'll get the intel that they're in hookah. But is it too late to get the intel? Raze is going to hop out that there. And Botcane's going to drop him. Hurricane's also going to drop Happy. Soon How Long will get Hurricane in the trade. And now it's a 2v4. Brim and Sky, they look like they're going to force themselves to save here. Smart call. But they still got 40 seconds to play with. They might find an opening with a pick or 2.
Right here.
Skybird will get information that they're still there, so Raze is going to back up towards B. And it looks like they're either going to go towards A to save. Chamber's going to push out to Showers.
Stim beacon down.
He does have the trip for short. Bird comes out. They know now that the bird's there. Raze is going to peek out. Does not get anything. Chamber, will they expect this? A flank. Will he get? He will get the bomb planter in time. Sky is now in an unwinnable position, but will drop him in place. 2v1 after the time will not help any kills from here on out for Sky. The offense, they read that they could get to A. They did, but they did not read the shower push out from Chamber. Great play from Empyrean. 2 great kills from him in that round. Sky is now going towards A, which is going to be a different style defense towards that site. Raze and Fade are now left alone to hold on to the B site. Mast is going to have to find ways to get back into this round after dying last round early on. Fade's going to find nothing short. Sky found nothing long. And Raze just shoots out. It looks like it's going to be a really quick long hit. They know nothing to be short. They might know where all the enemy team is, but no one's pushing out A, so they will not know for sure. But they look like they're abandoning the B long hit, and they're all going towards A. They stop halfway at market, not looking confident in their decision to go to A. 3-stack A. Chamber might TP here if there's any contact towards A, which could be a nice fake. It'd be left fade all alone. They shoot the trip out A. Chamber's going to teleport. It leaves 3-on-1 on the B site, but Alti's going to get 1 on A, which is brilliant. But they don't realize that there's still 3 people on A. This could be a fatal flaw here. Sky's going to give 1 showers onto the other Sky. Happy's going to find another. And it's a 4v3 for the offense. 3v3 after Hurricane takes down Sage. TP out to B. And Chamber's not here to meet them because he's dead. So it's going to be a free bomb site. Brimstone's going to plant. Fade coming out from CT. Skybird will get a nice flash out onto the offense. Raze is going to fall on Hookah. That's big. Brimstone's pushing elbow. Chamber's going to play with him. This is a little risky. Brimstone coming down. Hurricane's going to find Happy, though. And the Brimmo's going to find nobody. And the Classic does not beat a Vandal. And Malice is going to end it in the round with that kill, with Bot Kane getting the defuse.
Don't even start that shit here, mate.
The defense, they're starting to look strong here. They found out the answers that the offense found answers to. And they're putting their plans into work. They're hitting their shots. Empyrean hitting shots with the off. Vandal now, he's in his groove. He is firing on all cylinders. As we see the offense, however, they're struggling a little bit more here without Happy hitting the op shot. He's gone more to the rifle, but he's got the op with a light shield. He's going to have to come up huge with that big investment there. B short aggression coming out. Nade comes out. B2 will not find anything. He's going to peek out. Get Fade! Fade will fall. But the Fade away will get him as well because the Rays will put him down in the dirt. Means no smokes for the offense, which is going to make this attack 20 times harder. Empyrean hits a little bit on the stage. She's going to do the slow orb into short, but Raze is going to bounce out of Hookah. And then now they got to clear everything. Brim and Sky are still on A, which means that it's going to be a 2v4. Sage is trying to clear everything. And Ati will find that kill. Sunni, how long? Entry fragging onto the Raze. And now Bot Kane and Hurricane. Just make it Hurricane. 1v4. He's done a lot more in 1v5s. Happy has his op aiming at this angle. He's not going to expect it. Happy misses. 1. Hurricane gets 1 out of the... This putting a heart attack on the always finding kills when he shouldn't be finding kills. Ati now has a res. Would have been nice to have it last round because your smoke operator did die, but they still won the round.
Help a girl out.
May have lost 2 rounds. I mean, lost 2 players.
Cheers, mate.
Not that bad though. In all things considered, when you win that much, when you had like 3 to 4 players on light armor, now they all should have full armor. Chamber going for this quick shower peek with his op. Sky is there to refrag him if anything happens. And Raze by herself right now on B. 10 seconds. It looks like another pause coming out here. Defense is really stepping it up in the last few rounds until last round, of course, where the offense just manhandled their defense. Sky's going to peek out here. She's not going to expect the op, and Happy will be happily taking that kill. Aiming is hard, will get heated, and they have no gun, but they have full armor, which will grant them the kill on Sky. But the res is coming out. Brimstone's going to come out back up with the smokes. They now know A shower is clear, which is going to put the Rays back on B. Fade is fully pushed out of showers, which might even tell Chamber to go over to B. Otherwise, it might be too late because this 5v2 is coming out here soon. Chamber's TPing over. Maz will not find any kills with it. But assuming how long will get the kill. Mass will get the kill on Brimstone. Hurricane will fall. One left in elbow with his raise. She's in the smoke. She found a kill earlier, but it was with her ult. What can she do with this classic? Mouse is coming up from B-Long. Mouse is going to go for the ult. Happy will find. Aiming is hard. And Happy will find his third of the round. Triple kill for Happy.
Last round.
And I wouldn't be happy if I'm on the defense right now. He's on firing on all cylinders with that up. They're doing a very good job at finding a pick and working with it. The defense is pushing out two places at once. One will fall. They might get a kill on the other side. But the side that they get the kill on, they back up and retreat out of. And it seems like they have read that. And they just go over there.
You want to play? Let's
3A.
play.
They'll hear the chamber ult come out. Ethereum does not have his ult to match it. But we already know Happy has the out from the last two rounds. Mass is looking to double satchel in. Will get spotted by the fade. Will know the raise has the judge? He will not. Aiming is hard. Will get the kill on Mass. And Ethereum will get a kill on P-Tats. And Sunny How Long will get the kill as well. 3v3. Bomb down. 80's gonna get the bomb down here. Happy. Fired. Kills. And two more left. One from Heaven, one from CT. They have to clear U-Haul. Bird comes out, gets nothing. Wall's not fully covering. Nice flash comes out of Sky. Ati will put Hurricane into the dirt. Bot Kane. He will get Happy. Happy misses the off shot. 2v1. And he will not find anything else because the judge will put him down. From 6-6. The defense looked very good early on from the mid part of the round game. But the offense found adjustments, and they found really good adjustments. If you're Happy, you're doing really well. Sunny How Long, finding a lot of great opening picks onto the sites. Aiming is hard, and Empyrean, they're fragging out as well. But they're losing these close rounds. They're losing the rounds that mean a lot more. But they do win blowout rounds, which was the first two rounds. And we're going to see a really quick early B aggression fight here with Brimstone and Sage. They're just going to hear it, and they're just going to wall. It looks like it's going to be a good aggression. And they're playing double hookah still. This is very risky if the shots don't land, but Sage is going to bail. Brim still holding his ground. Sage is going to jump back in, but jump back out. Undetermined what Hottie want to do. Long Hottie's going to find the aggression. Gets one. Half health Sky. Sky can't heal herself, though, so she's going to be down to that HP. Happy's going to find aiming is hard. TP comes out from Sky. Malice is going to run all the way around. Chambers pushed up a little bit here on A. He's going to hear one going to U-Haul. He's going to let his team know. He gets the Sky. Sky will fall. Two stuck in U-Haul. In a really bad spot. Empyrean's going to open this side up all the way. Raze is now in U-Haul by herself. But she's going to own the ground for right now. Taking out the Chamber, who's been a nuisance a little bit here. And Mast is just on fire. Gonna find his third of the round. I would not test him. I would not test him on that sheriff. He needs to buy that more when he can't buy things. Oh, he single-handedly kept that side alive for his team and then closed it out. The defense, however, did start and won the defense again with the pistols. 6-7. Can the offense adjust here and win a crucial round here? It could mean they're down by 2 to only being down by, being tied. It's going to be an early B short hit here. They did this last round. Raze is going to hop up here. She's not gonna find anything just yet. The battle's about to happen. Rem hits the smoke down. He's gonna find one, find two. Happy will find one B long. And the round is just about over here. Fade will not even get the kill in the TP. 5-1, Bot Kane. I think he's ready for the shorty to a knife kill here. He is all by himself here. 1 minute to play with. Shorty in hand to a knife. And he's got to peek some long angles to get to a sight. He's just dancing on market right now. Window shopping a little bit. And I think the defense realized they don't have bomb down, so they're just going to play it out, play around with a little bit here. Teets is going to peek out. Did he see Sky? Did he see Sky? He looks like he's found him. Hunting. And he will get him. The third on the round for Deep. And that's going to be a great flawless coming out of Heroic Gurus, who looking pretty good since the start of this game. But now it's time for them to show what they can do when they don't have the gun advantage. They did pretty well in the offense when they didn't have this stuff. Can they prove that they can do it on the defensive side? Offense, you need this round here very badly. You don't want to get this game out of hand after you had a good, nice 4-0 start. Bird comes out. We'll find out if some of them will be short. But the A defenders still haven't rotated here. It's quick enough. It could be everyone. Happy's half health now. He's putting some damage out now. Chambers lit though. Molly comes out. He hits another one, but he will die from hookah. But that damage could be fatal for the attacking side. Imperium will find Mask. The defense is now crumbling. To an elbow, Sage by herself on A, but the bomb's coming down. She's going through TP. The attackers have no heals, so that health could be a nice flaw for the defense. But Sage has fallen in short, so they're stuck in elbow. They're down an elbow. One elbow left. Rooney will get Hurricane. Hurricane will fall. And he is between a rock and a hard place. But Sky can't open up. And he will fall to aiming his hard. Good round from the attack. They only lost one weapon. But the defense now is going to purchase their rifles. This is going to be the first true gun round. Let's see what this offense can do with some superior firepower. Happy go lucky here with this op. Spectre in hand for Audi. Not the most efficient weapon, but it's going to get the job done if your job is just to put a wall down for showers, which is going to allow Happy to do some A short shenanigans with the op. As we see the Sage get away with her life after getting the orb in showers. He gets pushed out of Hookah. He's stuck underneath Hookah. But Mass is going to make sure he gets a kill. They teleport away. Chamber does too. Chamber will fall to the chamber because Happy is finding kills with his op. They're pushing through showers here. 3 people into 3. Happy's got the op. He doesn't find anything with the op shot, but he's shooting through the wall. Causing mayhem. Bot Kane will drop Happy. They're still stuck in showers though. Sky has pushed all the way out, knowing that they have not pushed out the other direction. So this is going to be a hard take. Raze is shooting, gets pushed back to U-Haul. The Heaven player gets 2. Hati peeks out with the Spectre. I was to judge too early because the Spectre can do some work. Heroic Gurus popping out kills here left and right. Forcing their fights here now. That wall in showers was questionable, but Hati got away and later put a finishing touch onto the round. Sometimes you just can't miss kills because plays like that happen. As we see
You want to play? Let's play.
To be short. Shower play here. The wall, Hatia, great wall of China there for the showers. What is that chamber supposed to do there? Happy's gonna find one into B hookah. He played a closer angle there and he gets rewarded for it. Raze is gonna walk all the way over to B. But Empyrean says, no, I got an op as well, and he's gonna find one A short. Sky is left alone on A. Raze is gonna have to rotate around. Offense is now playing slow and quietly. Sky is playing on bench. U-Haul for Raze. Empyrean's trying to entry frag with an op. So far, nothing. We'll find one U-Haul. They will know one U-Haul. Bird comes out. Suni has not been found just yet. Max is going to play Empyrean to the dirt. The op was no good there. Suni pushing out. Suni finds Hurricane through the smoke. Fade teleports away. Leaves Sky on an island. Fade
30 seconds left.
is going to let Sky fade away here. Sky's just trapped in U-Haul. They're not letting her push out. Fade does not find Max in this cubby area. But Kane is going to put Max into the dirt. And Suni says no more kills for you guys and puts both of them into the graves. Happy with that op. Empyrean with his op. Early on, Empyrean was not hitting his shots. Didn't look too hot. Now, he is firing on all cylinders for this team. Happy has been firing all game. Every time he touches this op or event, he's looking pretty good with any kind of op in his hands right now. Happy's gonna play in a similar angle as last time as we see them towards A. Looks like an early A short aggression from both sides. Smokes come down from both teams to stop any forward aggression. Nades, a whole bunch of util. Brim has pushed back to B, which the showstopper. Oh, Malice is gonna find the kill after a whole bunch of chances to kill that raid. Fatal comes out. Dog will find Sage. Sage can't see, can't hear, can't see, do anything. But Sage still left alive, just standing in a smoke. Suni has his ult available. Could be for this a retake here. Suni gives away his position, and now he knows there's somebody in the showers. Now still hasn't given away that he's pushing through showers here. Hachi's gonna find, aiming his heart into U-Haul. Suni's gonna find the kill in showers. And the TP, the race to B site. Brim gonna get a good molly out, which will stop the default plant. Empyrean will put down Suni. Make it a 3v3. Happy will find Empyrean. DTs will find Sky. Hurricane, Happy. Hurricane, DTs. 1v2. He's got to pull out something out of his rear end here. He's in a crate. He will hear Sky drop when she drops. But he does not hit the shots on Raze, and they will drop him right where he stands. And now at a 7-11. Not the gas station, the score line. The offense here, they're not finding answers to this defense. And this defense is doing a good job at mixing things up. Their chamber, playing where he wants, showing up, showing out with his happy op. Hati just looking fantastic on this stage. Their defense is really holding through. Skies are going to challenge each other in showers, and bullets will be received on both sides. Both get hit a little bit, but one side has a stage and the other one doesn't. Dog comes out of showers. Bird's going to be returned. Chamber's going to rotate over to A, which is going to leave Stage on a solo B. We have seen this offense rotate to B a few times. And DTX is going to find nothing. Aiming is hard, going to get two out of his troubles. Happy not finding anything, shooting blindly through smoke. Max is going to find one for the first time, find two. Max is huge right now. He's going to satchel into smoke. Gonna see nothing because he's in smoke. Max is gonna pop out, get Malice, and he's gonna drop him.
One
4.
enemy remaining.
Can he get an ace? Can he get an ace here? One in U-Haul. Hurricane. And he gets the ace. Hurricane gets Hati though, but it doesn't matter. Max with an ace to put his team onto match point.
Match point.
Raise. Mask is looking great right now. That's a round you want to see your duelists make when your team goes down 3-5 in players, and he just says, you know what, my time to shine. 1 down, 2 down. Let me reload. 3, 4, 5 down. And we're gonna see this offense come out with a wicked buy here.
I've got
Phantoms, Bulldogs, Spectres, you name it, they need anything. Happy's gonna be seen. And aiming his target, Hati appearing. Happy will find 2 though, for the troubles of his Sage dying. And appearing, Happy does not get anything he was looking for. 3v3.
Spike planted.
They got 1 concussed from CT. DT almost wins the trade with Malice, but Malice will find the kill. Max pops out, gets 1. It's down to Hurricane to just do everything here. 1v2. Gotta find him. Brimble comes out, gonna kill the Sky. Mass will say no to that and gets the final kill with an actual showstopper.
I love
Defenders win.
Look at this record. I'm so proud.
The last 2 rounds were just a mess show right there. Boy, did he play some good rounds there. But on the other side, Hollowed Heroes did pretty well. They did well on most sides. And they did great. However, you can lose rounds that you aren't great at. They really struggled on defense. They need to find some answers, maybe a few checkpoints together. At the end of the day, they did great on defense. They did great as a team there on defense. Couldn't show out on offense. It does show a little bit of struggle there, not knowing exactly what to do going into rounds. But on the other side of this break, we'll have Haven to see who can Heroic Gurus pull out a 2-0. I don't know how I left PC. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the VDC. As we just saw Heroic Gurus take down Hollow Heroes 13-7 on Bind. Now we're walking it through to Haven here. It's going to be a much different matchup. Still can do the rotations, but it's going to take much longer. There's no TPs to go to the other side of the map very fast. And Chamber may not be as big a factor, or they might stick with the Chamber, another Sentinel, and then go into like a Neon, maybe Jet as the operants, Jet, Chamber as the oppers. We're probably going to still see Happy on the op. He was fragging on it every time he had an op in his hand. He was just on all cylinders fragging. Empyrean, no matter what weapon, he was looking pretty good early on. He had his little shake off, but if you don't get your warm ups in, you got to get them in while you're in the game. You got to do what you got to do. Mask, he literally put on a show stopping performance with that raise. All puns intended there. As the Sage, Ati was just phenomenal. He every time he needed to get a frag or two for his team, he would be there. He needed to get a refrag, he needed to get a res, he's there. He's your man. And Brim, the Brims were looking pretty good on buying. We might see more of that coming up in here into Haven. Maybe not the best choice you could pick on that map, but it's still an option. There's Astra you can go for. You can pick up the smoke. Lasts a little less longer than a jet smoke, but it'll do for get to A short, A long, whatever you need to do for it. The stars are very impactful. Then there's Omen. You can put smokes down, one ways down. TPP, a very aggressive controller. And I don't see where would people pick Viper unless it's a second controller. But we'll see coming up here in a few seconds, maybe even a minute, as we talk over it. The Duelist, I expect to see a Neons to Jets, to maybe in Raises of the world. There's even a world where I see Reyna's pop in and start blasting. Initiators, I can see teams going either Fade or Sova, which one they prefer. I can also see them ignoring them, going to KO Breach. Breach for aggressive plays on defense and offense. It allows for a lot of control over the map. Then we can look at Skies. Skies can be played again. Varies flashes for A long. You can do it down mid. You can pop it over for C long and only catch the upper out. KO is very aggressive. He's pretty much like a Phoenix, and Phoenix is okay on this map. So is Reyna. So you can just pull out the KO and go for it. There's a lot of things you can do on this map. I'm excited to see what these teams are going to pull out. Mainly, all right. And we're going to see some of these nice things coming out as we start to go into game here. All right, so there's an emergency happening with someone's family, so the stream is going to be called off here. Everyone that tuned in, thanks for tuning in for the VDC. Hope to catch you guys next time.
Blazes Embers. We will be getting into match shortly. But I am Chill the Rose. I will be doing play-by-play for you guys, and Son of Two Dog is back with me on color. Son, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. The first match, I was having fun casting by myself. Now I have a partner, which is a lot better than being by myself. But it's also a good match going on tonight, too, between those two teams, Divine Donor Kebabs and Embers. So, closer to the bottom teams, but they're fighting to get up there. And this is the best time to prove it. Hey, a team that's on the bottom, you beat them. At least you know you're not on the bottom.
Yeah, and these two teams, obviously, this is a 12-team league here in Advanced, and only the top 6 teams will make playoffs. And these two teams currently in the bottom half of the table, so they're going to have to do some fighting to get themselves back in. Divine Donor Kebabs at 5-7. They're actually only one win behind a slew of 6-6 teams. That would put them in a tie for the last playoff spot. So you definitely think they've got a pretty good chance if they can win a 2-0 tonight. But of course, they'll have to win that. And Embers down at 3-9 could start their comeback now, get themselves up to 5-9, and within striking distance of a playoff spot. As I think we are just waiting to load into our first map ascent. We did have a bit of a difficulty. Teams loaded in a little early, so we had to kick someone or tell someone to Alt F4. So we are attempting to reload in now. I believe we are just waiting for that.
Hey, sometimes things happen, and now we're waiting for them to load in. We're kicking back, ready to watch some good Valorant tonight. Plus, Ascent's first map tonight. That's going to be interesting in itself. More of a sniper map, a lot of mid fights. That's going to be a pretty interesting task for Embers. They do have some good offers, and also Divine Donors. They definitely have some good offers as well. Crazen comes to mind. I know he can op pretty well. Tulips on Embers can op pretty well. Those two players, it's going to be one hell of a battle between those two.
I am excited to see it. Again, we're still just waiting for us to load into Agent Select. Hopefully we will be getting there soon. Unfortunately, neither of us are in the lobby at the moment, so we are just waiting for them to hop on in. Oh, and here we are. Okay, we are in Agent Select. All right. Looks like we missed a little bit of it, but we've got picks already coming in. Divine Donor Kebabs will be starting on defense on the left side of your screen. We've got some lock-ins coming through, actually full lock-ins coming through all the way. We have the Chamber, Brimstone, Jet, KO, and Fade double initiator composition coming out so far. What do you think about that double initiator comp?
Select your agent.
The double initiator comp, it works pretty well, but the one big thing they're missing is that Killjoy. That Killjoy lockdown is so crucial on offense and defense. One for shutting down pushes, and the other one for opening up a push, forcing someone just to be in a corner and back sight, or pushing all the way out.
I have to agree. We do see that difference because Tulip, she's going to bring out the Killjoy here for Embers. We'll see if that can play a part, if that difference matters here between the Killjoy and the Chamber. Also, we see Omen instead of Brimstone, and we will see Sova instead of Fade. So both teams opting for double initiator comps. I feel pretty strong pick here on Ascent, especially with some of the information you need to get onto sites as we are kicking it in to load in here. Yep, we're going to be getting into pistol round shortly.
But another thing too, this map is good for oppers, and one side has two ops. The Jet and Chamber can easily both op on this map, but on the other side there's only the Jet. So that's going to be the biggest difference. Plus the Omen, who can set up the one-ways. Brim only has like one way he can really do, and that's on A main. As we see the offense here looking to stay a little bit clear from that A side early on.
As we're going to start to go into this pistol round, it looks like a lot of tiles presence from Embers as they take some mid control. Amaryl on the Brimstone here, the only one in the middle of the map here to defend as, oh, that Seas is going to get 2 players. So this push slowed down as now they're kind of bottled up in mid. Krazen going for the flank. Nobody's gone down yet, just some bullets exchanged, a lot of smokes. Seems like the entirety of the middle of the map smoke, because now we're getting gun duels. DJ fighting Cash. Cash will get the first pick. Krazen will find Tulips. Krazen will find 2 with that flank from top of Cat. Not Yao finally trades 1, but now left in the 1v4. Gonna have to find a way back into this one to secure the first round for Embers. That pinch from the Divine Donor Kebabs came in fast. And it's left Not Yauk in a 1v4. No utility to speak of, just a ghost. As Yauk will wait to push out. Gonna have to move eventually. He's got to find all 4 here and the spike. Looking to see if anyone's sneaking up behind him. Unfortunately, they're just holding the spike, so no free kills will be given his way as Krazen, nice one tap, cleans up the round. It's a pretty clean round from the Donor Kebabs, and first round on the board, first pistol.
It was a really good round. Krazen just pushed out A main. Tulips, she didn't really place in her util back in B main, so the collapse just came in, and they were just in a slaughterhouse, really. They were surrounded on all sides, don't know who was going to peek next. Was it going to be short? Was it going to be people in mid, B main, top cat, top mid? They were 5 stacked together. It is a good way to play, but when you're surrounded, it is terrifying because you don't know where to look. No idea. As we see it looking like a little bit of A main presence, Kyra's going to spot 1 as of right now. Jets peeked out mid, sees nothing, and B main is also taken care of.
And that pop flash is going to come out from Cairo. We'll find 1 onto Not Yauk. Now kind of pinned in, though. The Sky Smoke does come out from the friendly Brimstone, so that should be able to get Cairo out. Once the fragment ends, we'll do so. So it's just 1 trade and a bunch of damage onto Embers, actually. Really difficult for them now, especially as this pinch comes up catwalk. They're going to have to retake mid if they want anything. As Cash is on this off angle, finds 1 head, finds 2, finds 3. I didn't even see Tulip swing out there, but she goes down as well. Amaryl is going to swing out, find DJ. That will be the last kill. It's a flawless second round for the Donor Kebabs, and they go up 2-0 into their bonus.
So far, Embers is staying as a team. They're 5-manning going towards A, 5-man mid. They're being pinched, and it feels like DDK understand that, oh, where 1 is, the other 4 are. They might need to change that up a little bit, maybe change the philosophy, just split somebody off to catch off the rotations. And it looks like they're going to stick to the 5 players towards B main. Chamber has that get out of free jail card and Jet, but Jet's going to knock him down, and Krazen's going to find 1 in mid.
So first picks traded out. We see a lot of B-main presence from the Embers, though they do Kozen in mid, who's fighting the Marshal. Does a lot of damage, but doesn't get the pick. As finally will get 1, but will get traded by Cairo. So that's going to be a rifle picked up by Cairo, who's pushing down mid, and that's going to force out Embers onto the site. DJ will find 1, and Amaryl, caught with the Molly in hand, goes down as well. Spike to be planted and will be. So, and Anthony will clean up Cairo. Just, I was about to transition to the 1v3, but doesn't last long. Embers does not allow a conversion on the bonus round, and they get their first round in the map.
Hey, when you're grouped up as 5, you got to make it fast hits. They hit the fast hit, got all the picks that they needed early on. And the Omen, he split off into mid when they had 4 to 3 people in B main, and it paid off. He got some early picks in mid, slowed down the rotations coming out of DDK, and we're seeing them split up a little bit more here. I like this adjustment from the offense.
As Krazen will actually find Kozen, there's one of those operators ringing out. I believe that was from bottom mid to the top of Cat. So now Ember is put into the 4v5 hole. Never a good situation, especially not on Ascent of all maps. Pretty defensive-sided. As that buggy, I believe, on the chamber has crept into B main. Taps the orb, though. Anthony will now know. Note the presence, but no duel, no fight.
They're still playing it slow here. They're still 2 towards A main, but the bomb is heading towards B, which tells me this might be a little bit of a fake. Anthony does get buggy in B main. That might cause a great rotation towards B, but nothing happening right now. Nobody's losing A. As we see the dome come out in B main.
Cash, the only player on site, going to be forced off by the utility. That should actually give Embers the site, and Tulip should be able to plan as Not Yauk will find Amaryl trying to rotate. Cash will trade though, so should be 3v3 on the retake attempt. Now that Tulips is cleared out back of site, she will get the spike down. Anthony up on this forward position on the stairs, waiting to see if the first will peak. We'll see how quickly DDK want to go here as DJ is starting to trade bullets, but goes down to Krazen. First pick going in favor of DDK. They get traded back. Now another goes their way. So now it's 2v1 as Tulips in the back of the site has to clutch up 1v2 to secure the round. She swings out, finds the first on the Cash. 4 bullets left. Will it be enough with just Cairo alive? Notes him, but swings the other direction. Pokes her head out. Cairo will take it clean off. Defuse will go to DDK, and the Divine Donor Kebabs will go up 3-1. And I believe that will break the economy of Embers as well.
All honesty, that was a great job by Embers trying to claw back from the 4v5. It was just beautifully played by DDK just to trade each other out to... If it's a 5v4, you can keep trading all the way down to one person, and that's what they kept doing. They traded all the way down to one person, won the round pretty easily after getting that opening pick. Buggy may have been picked on B main, almost wasn't traded very well. But when somebody on the other side misses a few shots, it helps out a little bit. And we're going to see the Jet look towards this A main pressure here. Kyra's going to throw pretty much a similar knife, but Crazy's going to find one.
With the double updraft off of the top of Generator finds one as DJ and Kyra will duel. I think both players just got tagged pretty heavily. Kyra might be on 1 HP, but will tuck tail and run away. As once again, Embers down the first pick here with that play by Krazen. So they're going to look to re-aggress into A main. They clear out Wine. They had to because they lost control. Krazen here is still with Bladestorm, just looking for any other heads to peek over. Recon Bolt will come through. It's going to get smoked off, but a little too late, and Krazen could have gone down there. Doesn't through the smoke. Only Spectres and Pistols on the other side. Is DJ's just going to dash in with 2 HP, gets one shot onto Amaryl, but goes down. And Embers are just going to have to fall back off that. Kozen also very low. As the whole team starts to run straight towards the B site, they're going to run into Buggy. We'll see what Buggy can do on his lonesome as he pushes out into B main a little bit further. Awaiting the first thing, which will be Tool. If she swings out, and she'll actually get the pick. He goes down. The Flash is going to throw out the Nightfall. That's going to stall the push entirely. All players low, all players marked. And Death, they have to swing out into this. They're really running out of time. Ash will find one. We'll get traded by Tulips, but she goes down. Kozen in the 1v3 with no health, no time. Probably
10 seconds left.
might just look to grab a rifle. I think this round is over. As Kozen creeps forward, jumps across. No time left though. Dueling Krazen as the round ends. Fourth round will go to the Kebabs. And Kozen grabs a rifle and then gets a knife to the head just as the round expires. So another 1 round out of the Donor Kebabs. Embers, though, with some ults online, I think they could look to use those to get around on the board here. What do you think, son?
Yeah, they can look to use this nice Killjoy ult. She could have used it last round, I believe, but I could be wrong. I maybe wasn't looking at the right person's ult. But one thing they could have done was IMDJ. He could have waited for his team to be ready to push in from behind him.
No charges.
He went in a little early, as we see Krazen miss the op shot. Cool. She's lucky to be alive right now. So they can still try to use this ult, as Buggy's going to find one on Anthony.
And that stalls the push again for Embers, but Not Yauk here, waiting to possibly pop flash, though, will get noted and blinded by the Prowler, so that might be slowed down here. Krazen, he did get the first pick, and he's still posted up with the Operator. Now going to opt to ping some shots in with the Sheriff. Embers, you see this, I see this a lot on Ascent, especially in my competitive games, is they've completely lost control of the middle of the map. They really have to commit to the B site here. You can see that the Donor Kebabs have taken a lot of space in mid. They pretty much have control of the entire rest of the map. It's going to be very difficult. Embers try to rotate out of this. Krazen, though, got heavily tagged up. Might have gotten headshot by a sheriff or just through a wall, as that's actually going to... That spawns in the hit. The no command comes out, but 2 picks go the way of DDK, and just as soon as the hit started, it seems to be stopped.
30
It's
seconds
just
left.
Tulips and Kozin left alive. Tulips and Cairo going to fight here potentially in a second as Nightyow finally goes down. Tulips wins the duel. With 20 seconds left, they really have to hoof it to these last 2 members of Embers, as I don't think she's trying. Yeah, it looks like Tulips is just going to save.
10 seconds
Kozin
left.
also going to hide on Catwalk and choose to carry the rifle. Into the next round, we'll find Cash. As the clock winds out again, and another round goes in favor of the Divine Donor Kebabs. They go up 5-1.
It's up 5-1. They're not really taking mid as a team. I think they're a little scared after the first round where they went 5 to mid and got surrounded. I think they need to look to try to take control of one area and also try to take control of mid at the exact same time. They're struggling anywhere. Like, they go B, they allow the A players to just push out A main all the way up to tiles, and then they're trapped. And you can't just let that happen. You kind of have to start. You can't play slow and play as 5. You have to kind of speed it up if you're just going to play as 5. You still have the Killjoy ult, which is the good thing about this round.
As Cairo will once again tuck away and whine, there's 2 players in A main. We'll see if they expect this play. The bait shots come in, and the lockdown comes in too. Cairo's actually going to be noted. DJ's just going to right click. So that leaves Amaryl here defending in the smoke. Gets the pick onto DJ. Will back away. He's still alive. Spraying into the smoke though, gets noted by the recon dart and goes down. So that's going to give sight over potentially as Crayson whiffed. He has to fall back. And I think finally Embers, yes, will get the sight hit through, they'll get the spike down, and it's going to be a 4v3 retake in their favor. Buggy breaks the door. As the retake starts to come back in, Crazen's still on the operator, but Buggy finds Kozin. So now it's a 3v3.
Blocking sight.
Still waiting for the last 2 players to push in. Tulips is the only one on site as she's buried underneath Heaven. She might be hard to push out as Buggy will find her. The Nanoswarm goes off though, that's going to buy some time, and the last 2 players are kind of just playing for ultimate here as the tap will come through. Anthony finds one with the Hunter's Fury to delay the defuse.
One enemy
In the meantime, Notyauk finds Cash. That leaves Crazen with little time left. He'll find one, but there's no time to defuse. The round goes over as Anthony will just walk up just to hear that there's no tap. Run away. Crazen can't even save the operators. No, Embers find their round. Had to burn a lot of ultimates to do it, but it does go their way.
Burning ultimates to get around is never unworth it unless you use every single ult you have. You still have Elemental for good intel, or even to look for a good flank. Tulip, she's gonna have light armor, gonna hurt her a little bit going into this round. But we've even seen pro teams in BCT just say, you know what, only light armor the entire game. We can.
Unfortunately, I don't think
she
that'd
can
be
probably
quite as
pull it
productive
off.
here. Perhaps as we do get the tour de force coming out, a good blind. Paranoia comes through, forces Buggy off the angle. Catch also going to be smoked off. I think did get the tag anyway. But I think that's going to give up sight. It looks like it will. Buggy's here still, defending the angle. Peeks out of the smoke and finds the back of Notyauk. So that's going to be a pick, and Buggy's actually going to get away with that. So it's going to be a 4v5 on the retake for the Divine Donor Kebab. Some of them on lighter weapons, though. That Marshall's still coming through. Retake begins here, and that's going to be the null command, which is huge. That's going to force gunfights only. Fragment comes through, Kozin forced off the angle, and oh, this is not going to be fun for Kozin. Kozin goes down, the defense is cleaning up kills though. Tulips, she is still alive. I'm not sure if she's on site. She eventually goes down, classic through the box. Somebody's got to get Kiro back on his feet, will do so. So that was a quick and fast retake, but the ultimates, again, kind of as we were saying with the Embers last round, the Divine Donor Kebabs pull out all of their ultimates, and boxed in on the B side, the Embers have no answer. They all go down, and the spike gets defused, and DDK goes up 6-2.
You can tell they weren't expecting the KO ult and the Brimstone ult both. Omen just couldn't ult out. He has his ult, but and his TP, he can't get away from the Brim ult because he's stuck in a corner when the ult starts coming out. He knows he's a goner. Tulip, she fought to the last man, but, you know, KO, He's down. He got rezzed. So 3 people that KO is even good for the economy on that team. As we're just going to see a whole bunch of pistols, shotguns coming out for DDK. Not DDK. Embers. Good knife comes out of KO, which is going to reveal where most of their team is, which is going to allow Chamber to push up into B main. Tiles is now being looked at from Cat, but there's going to be a good trade coming out in mid.
Yeah, that first pick actually went the way of Not Yogg with the Marshall. So something to work off of. 4v4, not as good as a 5v4, but perhaps better than a 4v5 or a 5v5 in some aspects for the attacking team here. Unfortunately, that rifle is nowhere close enough to be recovered, as Kozen's still on the best gun for the side, with the Spectre will creep up in mid. This kind of forces DDK to play a 2-2 split. They've got a bit of a crossfire on A. And as Amaril rotates back and forth, kind of pulling double duty, holding deep mid and also holding B main. And as this hit does sort of split off towards mid and B, this could be difficult to deal with for DDK. The rifle actually gets recovered. They didn't decide to defend that. Molly comes through, but the dash comes in instead. Buggy will go down, or Buggy will get 1, Amaril will get 2. So what could have been dangerous is quickly dealt with, as Buggy and Amaril get a few, just mow down the Embers players, leaving Kozen in a 1v4 with no time. Eventually Buggy will peek, Kozen will go down, and a round that I think could have gotten scary for DDK instead gets cleaned up pretty handily, and they stay up 7-2.
One big thing about Chamber is he can leave his trademark in a spot. Fade was pushed up in mid, dies. You lose all that spot in mid. But one thing that was left in Pizza was a trademark. So no one really had to worry too much about CT. Of course, you know, there's an Omen TP that can go buy the trademark. So Brim was watching it. But no one was really... They weren't really concerned. And when they saw the trademark, everyone rotated off A, as we see it. Pretty low.
Yeah, as we see this fast hit coming in from Embers, they get Krazen low, but can't get Krazen down, which is pretty important because the operator, of course, could be a one-man army. It'll go 1 for 1. So site should be taken by Embers here. We'll see if Kyra wants to go for the door play, tries to, just loses his head. But the Nightfall comes through, so the retake's going to come in before Spike's even down. Amara will find Anthony. Traded, though, is Cash for 3v2. As the defenders kind of step back, Amaral dives in and goes down. Buggy left alone, can't clear everything. DJ will find him. So that quick retake could have had some success with the Nightfall coming through, but better shots from Embers win them the round, and they are now back in it, 3-7.
One thing to note here, that's the third time that Embers have played fast, and the reason why I say third time, every time they play fast as 5, they get on that site and they get there quickly. And when they get there quickly, they tend to win that round. DDK is not respecting if you're playing slow. They're just going to push up where you're not and then retake from everywhere. If you force them to retake from only one direction, it's very easy to take care of them. As we see initial fight here in B main, and all of DDK is already pushed out into mid.
And this is going to be an instant hit. They're going to be surrounded, but oh, Buggy goes down trying to get out of the lockdown. Was not expecting the push to come through that fast. Tulip's going to get the spike down. She will probably take some significant damage. Actually does not. From the orbital strike, Amaril, ooh, DJ goes down. Amaril snaps to that head. So it's going to be a 4v4 on the retake, as the Divine Donor Kebabs will come in from both sides, and that's going to leave Anthony unfortunately caught off guard. So now it's a 3v4. DDK starts to push in. Krazen going to find Kozen through a smoke. Not Yogg finds one, but can't find two Tulips once again. She's the last alive. She's got to make a heroic stand here. First swarm grenade goes out, but she has to get out of the smoke. Finds one. Almost found two onto Cairo, and possibly could have transferred to the third. It'll be just enough time for the defense as they convert. And the Divine Donor Kebabs are up 8-3 here as we go into the last round of the half.
The first time that playing really fast for Embers didn't work. This time DDK realized, oh, they're pushing here. Let's just all run through mid and then surround them instantly instead of waiting a few seconds to see if they would back off. And it paid off that time. Embers, they don't really have too much playing around with their offense. They're kind of just sticking together and staying away from mid, which is allowing DDK to kind of control this map on how they want to play it.
Get out of my way.
As the hit's going to come into A, but that 0 point's going to slow down the momentum, I believe, because the Blade Storm will be offline for IMDJ, who will bunny hop forward a bit. We'll see if they just decide to go fast anyway. They clear out Wine. Got full control of the A main area. Meanwhile, Buggy has pulled out the tour de force in mid. As Not Yauk slowly creeps up, Buggy actually only has a judge behind that. Not sure if that was intentional or if the economy was worse than I suspected. Yauk's going to peek up. We'll see who timings who, as Cairo will be the one that goes down. Looking the other way. Amuro will find Anthony as they try to start entering the site. The fragment came through at the last second, and Crazen doesn't know, but will flick up and find Not Yauk. Amuro finds Pose, and Amuro finds Tulips. It's just DJ left in a 1v4. As the Blade Storm has a rifle, has a bit of an unknown location, but I think they're starting to work out where he might be. Your phone is going off.
Nice.
DJ will finally go down. 9-3 half for the Divine Donor Kebab. The great scoreline on defense on this map. I don't think it's impossible for Embers though to make this comeback. Obviously, I think they're gonna have to win this pistol. What do you think?
Yeah, they're gonna have to win this pistol to get momentum to get back into the game. But it's a 9-3 curse, so if they win the pistol, the curse is on their side. For a miracle, and the curse is the best way to do it.
We will see if curses can come true, as the Divine Donor Kebab seem to be looking for the mid presence from both sides, top mid and tiles here. Cousin will opt for the shotgun omen play I've seen a handful of times. As it's actually going to be Embers aggressing a lot on the extremities while Divine Donor Kebab start to push their way up through mid mostly. So we'll see this get in a similar situation to the first pistol round where Embers could just surround the Donor Kebabs if they don't push in fast enough. It looks like they want to go up Cat, but Kozin waiting, lurking with the shorty finds the first. And that's very hard to deal with, figuring out where Kozin is playing, as now that pinch is starting to come in mid, but some pretty even trades. Cairo finds two, that's huge. Buggy will also find one, so now it's a 2v2. And Tulips is just behind Buggy here, gets the headshot, finally gets the cleanup. As Buggy tucked behind the wall, DJ will pinch. Cairo on 1 HP, had the angle, had the back of DJ, but couldn't find any shots. That was a weird ending to that round, but Embers does get their pistol.
What happened the first round for Embers on offense? They went through mid, got surrounded. Hopefully DDK understands that one round doesn't make every round the same. You can go through mid, you just gotta make sure you don't get surrounded. They're playing too slow. So far, both offenses kind of playing too slow here. Probably going to speed it up here with Crazy going towards mid.
They do try, and they're going to have to peek this one way, which Kozin is holding. I don't like this move to walk into Wine with a rifle. If Kozin goes down, that's very recoverable, but Kozin's going to bet on himself in that corner and actually goes down to the headhunter from Buggy. That's a huge first pick. Not only a pick, but it should be a rifle recovery. Two players very low. Yeah, it says Yauk's going to get pushed faster than expected. Actually gets the kill on the Cash, but will get traded. And the late peek from top of Rafters find 2, find 3, so that leaves Cairo in a 1v2. Cairo does have Spike. Was lagging behind the rest of the team.
Cairo can pull it together. He gets one good flash.
Somewhere, DJ, I think DJ might have been seen by Cairo, but probably didn't see Cairo himself. And now it's just a 1v1. That turret's deactivated, so he knows the Killjoy is not close. Sneak out, though, will go the way of DJ. So it got very, very dicey very, very quickly, but the Embers managed to rally the defense and convert the second round and go into their bonus with still some life. Yeah,
there's still some life. It's 9-5. If you are the defense, maybe you buy up a little bit, but it's risky. You know, if you buy up too much and next round you won't be able to buy, you're kind of putting yourself out of the games. So you got to kind of manage your money here. Probably buy up a Spectre, still be able to buy next round. And we're going to see probably a quick B main hit by DDK here.
DJ is going to be the
You
first
see
base for
Jets
Crazen. Headshot missing. Could have dashed away, but chose not to. Doesn't use the tail end. So that will give some access to this site. I don't know if that 0 point got Tulips on site. It didn't, as she starts to pop her abilities, and she's going to find 2 with the gun of the Spectre. So that's going to put herself the last on site, though. Will go down to Amaryl. Nightyoung's going to just Bucky Crazen in the face. Amaryl then will find 2. So now Anthony left in the 1v2, and he's got a player flanking him. We'll see if he can find Buggy. He's going to have to win this round. Buggy poked out. He'll go down. So now the spike being planted by Amaryl is going to get noted by the recon guard as well. That's very dangerous. They see each other, some bullets passing through. Both players a little low. Amaryl finds Anthony, finds the 4K. So DDK managed to prevent the conversion of the bonus as Amaryl goes up to 21-6.
Amaryl just came up so huge for his team. They needed that. They were down. He said, no, we're back. We're going to be in the 2v1 now. Teammates let him down a little bit, and he clutches it out again. That's not really a repetition round. You can't really replicate that every round. Maybe they just got lucky once here, but the defense, they got Vandals. They're ready to fight this round. And the op is in A main, ready for Crazen.
It is. So that's going to be hard to push through, especially with the one-way. We do see DDK exploring mid as the Donut Kebabs will start to look for some presence here. Cash is going to walk through that smoke. Kozen trying to fight still. Takes a lot of damage, but managed to survive crucially. As now the Donut Kebabs have pretty full control of the middle of the map. And it's kind of forcing Embers to make a choice. It looks like they're heavily stacking towards B, which might just be the right call. Could be a late lurk from Natyao. We'll see how that develops on Catwalk. As Cash will find Anthony looking the other direction. Natyao gets some shots in, but doesn't find Cash, but we'll find Crazen later. Tulip, she gets shut down on sight as the null command came through. So the plant is going to go down. And Buggy, not Natyao, was on the lurk. And we'll find Kozen. So that puts us in a 2v4. With the operator on DJ, this might just be a call to save for Embers. As hard as that is. Natyao's only on 41 HP as well. And DJ only has light armor. I think this is a really tough save call, but I feel like it might be one that has to be made. The Prowler, though, no, not Yalk, and yeah, that save definitely has to come through now. DJ finds Cash. Should get away, and that'll be the 11th on the board for the Donor Kebabs, as they are going to go hunting. Probably have the money to do this. Amaryl really wants to pick on a DJ who's hard holding the single Yop, and we'll get the kill. Huge save here to keep this operator into the next round.
That was
another loss. Yeah, go ahead.
Another loss. Yeah, there's another loss, but at the same time, you still got the operator. It's a hero rifle, hero operator. Not looking too good for Embers anymore after a great start, started this half. But they still have show signs of that they can do things. They just gotta pull the frags together and have 2 people frag out in a round. Because they have like 2 kills on 1 player, but the other team will have 2 players left alive, which means someone else is not getting their ones.
The operator here is in the right position, but hasn't peeked wide enough. Too worried about this upper angle from the boost, and actually swings out with the orb tap. Just narrowly misses and goes down to Cash. That's going to get the Nightfall out on sight. And now it's just Pistols left to defend. Tulip, she's here. The Molotov's going to go down. She's going to be forced out of that back position. Goes down to Crazen as the Orbital Strike comes through. This should secure a 12th round on the board for DDK, the Divine Donor Kebabs. Just 3 alive with worse guns for this retake. And Indy 2 will go down. It'll put Kozen in a 1v4 with nothing but a frenzy. See if he can reposition and find anything with a little bit better range. But unless he can pull off a real miracle, especially now that he's been noted by the haunt, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. We'll blind Cash, but that's the frenzy coming through, not accurate enough. It's shot in the back by Amaril, so that is 12-5 to Divine Donor Kebabs as they go on to match point. The Embers, with just enough money to buy, are going to have to make a 7-round stand here if they want overtime.
7 rounds are looking very unlikely at this moment, but the Embers can definitely pull it together. They showed some brilliance. Next time the operator needs to swing a little bit wider, he is going to be playing towards B main, but he won't have an operator in hand. Krazen, however, is going to have one in child, and he might find the first pick, and he does on Dekozin, and that's going to open this round up.
Makes it a lot harder. DJ on the off angle can't get the shots either. So now it's a 3v5 with the retake. Well, I say retake, they're not on site yet. Anthony's got to get shot in the back and will. Cash finds Natya Tulib. She has to play hero 1 versus 5 to keep this map going for Embers. We'll see if she can do it. Bladestorm will be popped and pushed forward. That Prowler, now they know where she is. Cash swings the angle, takes her down. And in the end, the Divine Donor Kebabs will take Ascent 13-5, and we will get ready for map 2, which will be Breeze. What did you think of that first map, son?
I felt like one team gave up mid way more than the other. Embers, they just let the other team have mid on offense and defense. And it's very hard to win Ascent if you're just going to let mid go towards the other team. And DDK, they were okay with it. They were like, we take it all the way, we'll take it, and we'll make sure we win this round if you're just going to keep giving us mid.
I think I'd have to agree that mid control was huge for the Divine Donor Kebabs, who take the first map of Ascent. But for now, we are going to go to a break. We will be back with map 2 of Breeze in just a little bit. back. We have just seen map 1 between the Divine Donor Kebabs and Embers in our advanced division. Map 1 was Ascent and went in the favor of the Divine Donor Kebabs as we get ready for map 2, which will be Breeze. Once again, I am your play-by-play caster, Childerose. I'm here with my color caster, Son of Two Dog. Son, what did you think about that first map, and what are you thinking about this upcoming map of Breeze?
Breeze is a way bigger, if you really want to put it in perspective, Ascent. A lot more chances for the op, a lot more mid play. Personally, I feel like that's the way you gotta play Breeze. If you don't have mid, you really can't rotate to the other side. You kind of just have to go in at that point. And the way that Embers played Ascent, they didn't really want to go towards mid. So I'm a little worried for them going into this map. But we're probably going to see more Jet here as the main duelist, like we saw on Ascent. But we're going to probably see a Viper, because Viper is probably the most picked character on this map for VCT here, probably as well. Because if you don't have a Viper, you're missing that gigantic wall that can help you get onto B or an A.
I'd have to agree. I do think we'll probably see dueling Vipers and probably some Chambers, perhaps a Jet as well. We'll see what exact comps these teams decide to go through with. I think that'll be an interesting discussion to have, as we are waiting to get into Agent Select for map 2, which again is Breeze after map 1 of Ascent went in the favor of the Divine Donor Kebabs, who now advanced to 6 and 7, so 1 game short of 500. If they can win map 2, they will be at 7 and 7 at 500, right on the cusp of getting into playoffs. Meanwhile, for Embers, they're really up against it here. You played 22 maps in the regular season. They are currently 3 and 10. So if this is their last chance, they would have to win every map they have remaining to salvage a winning record. So it's pretty much now or never, I think, for Embers, if they're looking to make a comeback into this VDC season and see if they can sneak their way into playoffs. 11 and 11 might just be enough to do it, but I think they'd feel a lot better at 12 and 10, as we are still waiting to get into Agent Select here.
Want to look at
Which
it's pretty much a standard comp of Breeze. Sova is probably one of the agents that you would go. Everyone, if you don't know Sova lineups, then you're probably not picking Sova, but looks like Cairo knows what he's picking. Jets, KO, Chamber, they're definitely going to lock in the Viper here. They don't have another smoke operator.
Yep, and it will
And
be
then
the Viper coming through. Embers still mulling it over a little bit. A couple of their players have yet to even make a hover. Now Tulips will go for the Viper, and we'll see the Sky. So, bit of a slight difference in the initiators here. Sky versus Sova. That is the only difference in these compositions, however, as the rest is pure mirror. Not totally surprised here on Breeze. I think you see more standardized comps here than anywhere else in the game. As last second, they're actually going to switch into the mirror. So it's a pure mirror matchup here. So it'll just be which team can play it better here on Breeze as we start to get into the match.
One thing I do want to note going into this match is how well can Embers play mid? They didn't really play it on Ascent. They suck as 5 on offense. They're starting on defense, however. So you're going to have to wait till the next half to figure out those answers. But DDK, they're going to play mid, and they like to be apart. It's going to make their offense a little bit easier on Breeze.
All right, and since we're loading into map 2, I thought I'd just call out there are several players substituting in that are not regular to these rosters, as well as some recent changes to Embers. DJ is a new signing who replaced a player who's Potato Aim, who was traded to Light Garden's Red Rose. And they also had another recent signing, Fishy. She is not playing in this match, and is instead Anthony is substituting for her on the side of the Divine Donor Kebabs. Cairo and Crazen are both substituting for Golden Luigi and Birdie XD as we get into our first round. And it looks like the Donor Kebabs want B site, and they are not being shy about it. As the first shots get exchanged. Not yet. Will find Crazen from pretty good angle. Might have even been through the toxic screen, but the backside of B site has been secured. Not much else. Spike will go down. This Recon Bolt's going to note a lot of players. The retake is here and fast. So I don't think this round is going to slow down. So there's a quick moment to breathe as the Embers start to push up. Utility spam is really hurting the DDK players who are stuck backside here. 2 kills going to each team, but now Cash is going to be left in the 1v3. Tap on that Spike, going to force him to peek out. They'll actually find Phillips. They'll find Anthony, but not Yalk. Will get the trade just narrowly, and so Embers will take the first pistol round here and go up on Breeze to try to secure a series split.
DDK kind of just went 5 onto B site, got onto site, but lost 1 player. Embers did a very nice job of letting them have site, but get a pick for it. So it's a 5v4 retake, so you can trade to get all the way to the bomb. And luckily, one of the good trades that they didn't have to get traded, and then it was a 1v3. Good thing they needed that 1 extra body. Because it almost cost.
Yeah, then that utility spam from Embers was doing a lot to the 2 agents stuck in the back of site. I think so. The Sova in particular took a really nasty shock dart. As we are going now towards the A side, Buggy will make a presence in the upper 2, but it looks like the rest of the players are just going through lowers. Cash gets a headshot going in, is vulnerable, will be vulnerable again as the Spike is going to be forced and planted here. Cash will go down to Tulips, who actually gets traded by Crazen, so it's a 4v4 now. Crazen way pushed up here. There's actually 1 player flanking for Embers. As the retake starts to come in, Tulips peeks out, goes down to Not Yalk. Anthony finds 1 with that flank. It's going to actually walk into the last 2. We'll get 1 of them. Will find the second, so a 3k for Anthony with the flank. Secures the round. Diffuse will come through. They'll give it to Chamber. And it looked a little dicey at first. Tulips was caught in an awful position. She does manage to get 1 though, crucially. And the attacking side of Divine Donor Kebabs retreats into main, only to get greeted by Anthony Spectre. They all go down, and Embers go up 2-0.
Tulips, she did a great job at just kept backing up, got a pick onto the player that was the most pushed up. May have cost her life, but the gun was unretrievable from the spot she died. And the pistols just proved to be no match for the Spectres, and Anthony running in behind them.
Indeed, indeed. As we go into the bonus round for Embers, round number 3, I think they opted for a second Marshal to replace the lost Spectre. So they might have had 2 to begin with. As it's going to be heavy mid-presence from the Divine Donor Kebab, something they favored on Ascent. They're going to favor here. Jump peeks coming in from DJ into Amaril, who I believe went huge in that first map. If I'm not mistaken, as Cash will find the first pick on Anthony towards the link. That's going to prompt the entirety of the Divine Donor Kebab to start pushing towards that direction, but Kozin takes off Kiro's head as the rest go to site. Amaril's going to find Kozin in nest. Already off to a great start again is Amaril. Tulips, she's kind of ducking and diving, trying not to lose her life. As it'll be a 3v4 on the retake. I think 2 sheriffs and actually a gun recovered. So possible here as Tulips throws some shots in, but Cash will find her. DJ's gonna find a Spectre. Try to loop around. This is gonna be a hard retake, especially now that Not Yalk loses his head. DJ might just try to walk over and grab that rifle. Looks like that's the plan as the Donor Kebabs start to make their way off of site. DJ waits, grabs the gun, actually gets a headshot through the bricks. Hides long enough, gets up into nest. Nobody's there to take his head off. So he'll save, but the Divine Donor Kebabs win their first round, as you might expect, especially on a map like Breeze, where the rifles are such a deadly force. And we go into the first gun round.
DDK, they played through mid that round, and you can tell that the map control that they got through mid was a lot because they killed Cash trying to peek out tunnel, open up B site because the B players were just trying to get off site when Cash died, and then they had to go play retake for B after just leading B. As
DJ
gets the first
walks
kill
up-
on DJ.
Yeah, walks out into shop and just loses his head. 0 point, I think, noted 2, maybe 3 players, and Cash could get shot in the back, but will actually just shoot Not Yauk in the head first. Doesn't clear the angle, so it's going to get sprayed down, and I think that null command actually just got canceled, and that's pretty big. Because now utility's still online, including that snakebite that's slowing the team down. Buggy, though, has taken full control. He's going to peek out from the back of Bridge. We'll find one. The other will get cleaned up by Amaral as Tulips goes down, and Kozin already just running to save. So Spike's going to go down here. This will be a round, the second round on the board for the Divine Donor Kebabs to tie up the score at 2-2. So Kozin might look to try something. Oh, actually has recovered an operator and has gotten the first kill onto Buggy. Again, I don't think Kozin's trying to salvage this round, and it doesn't look like it. Amaral, the terrifyingly hot-handed player, went 22-6 or something in map 1, is pushing towards him. He's going to have to turtle in Will Kozin to try to save this gun. As Amaral keeps creeping closer, the Jaws theme is playing. Will Kozin be able to survive? Catches a shoulder. It's one of the most intense 1v1s I've ever seen in my life. Kozin gets behind, it's getting tagged by the snakebite. It's still not out of danger yet. It's getting shot. It just lives. Incredibly tense ending to that round as the operator, though, does get saved. It'll get tossed to Not Yauk. Kozin doesn't even get to keep it after all of that effort. But again, the Divine Donor Kebabs take round number 4 and tie this crit 2-2 as we will see a bit of a force-up, perhaps, out of EMBERS.
Eyes on target.
Despite having the operator in hand, they didn't really own mid that round, and DDK,
Standing ahead.
they took full advantage of it. And you see them pushing up here, and Elbow. Knife does spot someone on A. That might give him some false information.
They actually did end
And
up
the
giving
mid
Kozin
presence.
the operator. As, yeah, they do have some mid presence pushing up. Not Yauk. Oh, it doesn't even have any headhunter bullets. Just relying on the classic. Looks like some miscommunication came through at the end of this round. And Krazen Might is going to walk into the classic. Right clicks. Buggy also almost goes down. Takes a ton of damage. And Kozin with the operator bringing out from the back of sight should go down here to Buggy and will. So that'll give sight, as I don't know where Cash got that kill from. Like that might have been into Nest. Yep, from right about where Buggy is now. It'll be a 2v3 on the retake instead of a 3v3. I never like retaking the B site as DJ is staring down the longest of angles in the world. Gets some damage down though, and now 2 players on the Divine Donor Kebabs, armorless and pretty low on health. DJ spots out Cash in the back of sight. This wrap from Kyra's actually noted by Tulip. She hears it and swings, or will get the kill on the swing, so that's going to put us in the backside. Cash goes down. Buggy's going to have to be the hero with 19 HP. Swings out, finds one onto Tulips. Doesn't swing wide enough. DJ can't get the shot. Taps the spike, then throws the gun on the ground. Peeks out, right click. Gets the kill. Should just have enough time to get the defuse, I believe. So EMBERS should get their 3rd round on the board and will do so. 0.34, made it close. But that's what you keep the classic in the back pocket for, those little jump peaks when someone's on low HP. Works out very well. And EMBERS go up 3-2, so we should see another buy versus buy here, I would think. What'd you think about that round, son?
I thought the same thing that keeps happening, that mid presence from DDK is pretty hard to handle. Kozin thought he could just get out after he got the pick in B main with his operator. And there's just someone walking up tunnel after they killed the chamber, and he's out with his knife. And I'm no mathematician. I don't know the probability of a knife winning a gun battle, but it's not very high when you're in midair floating when they're shooting bullets at you.
Here.
As
Cash
finds
opens it up.
That was a long shot onto the stairs from A main. Not Yauk will get crazed in the lurker in mid. There are still 2 lurkers coming up the tube. The Viper's pit has been popped by Tulip, so this kind of locks down the A site. Pyro here with the spikes gonna have trouble getting out. Door's going to be open, and Anthony must not have heard it. He goes down, so Tulip's now alone on the A site. These two players in Tube, though, look like they're backing away. I can't tell what the Doner Kebabs are cooking up here. They're kind of strung out. It looks like they are going to commit to A. This fight's going to be important, and it'll go the favor of Not Yauk with the Tour de Force. Tulip's peeking out of her Viper's Pit, as I don't think Cairo realizes he saw her. She's going to walk up and need a free kill time. Cairo jumping before he got jump scared, but will go down. So that'll leave Amaral very capable in the 1v3. Had a huge first map at 22 and 6 or something. We'll have to go for all three here. Can't find the first. Tulips will take his head off. And that'll be 4-2 for Embers, and that might just be enough to break the economy of the Doner Kebabs.
The Doner Kebabs didn't really pressure mid, but they pressured up Tube. And all they saw was a gigantic ult from Tulips. Her ult was pretty well done. Better than the Kebabs could cook up. And she got 2 kills with it. She snuck by the Sova thing. And then Emerald, sit down. Map 1 was yours. Map 2's hers.
You want to teleport?
So far, so good for Embers as they look to salvage this map split. A Tour de Force now comes out from the offense, as it looks like a lighter buy will be in the budget for this round. They're playing very, very split, very defaulty, trying to take map control everywhere. We'll see where this first duel goes, as the Doner Kebabs are split 1-2-2. Start to rotate a bit towards the B site. Looks like that's where they want to hit. As Crazen going to get pop flashed. Only has the Marshal here. Anthony will get out across. They are drawing a lot of rotations from the Embers, though. There's 3 players on the A site, only really 2 over here, and Yauk has to pretty hard scope down mid. Stops, and actually Buggy will peek and crosshair placement a little too high for Yauk. Yauk could go down. Buggy will also find Kozen in the back of sight, so the Tour de Force opens things up, and now it is a 5v3, and the fight could be going down. Another operator just picked up by Cash. Doesn't get the kill, and he'll actually get tagged down, tries to swing and get the flick, gets hit with another bullet, but is still alive, tries to swing and Tulips will miss again. So Tulips will take Cash's head off. It'll make it a 4v3, but Jet player is lurking. This could get difficult, but they're going to try to go fast. No command comes out. They're going to have to clean this up, and quickly as DK finds the first onto Amro, we'll find Cairo. Anthony on the ground could be picked up. Crazen way out in mid. They could just start actually planted for Crazen, I believe. Shoots the shot with the Marshal. Can't actually see the diffuser. This round should be over, and I think it is. Anthony will peek out, gets the clean headshot onto Crazen after getting picked up. So the Embers made the right call to retake quickly, and they take a 5-2 lead, as they managed to avoid losing to the dreaded Tour de Force Thrifty.
No.
That round was a little too scary. That double entry from Buggy was pretty nasty with the Tour de Force, but at the same time, the rest of his team had pistols, and KO hit one of those shots. The round, I think, would have been silenced from there, and it would have been a nice thrifty. But sometimes you hit them, sometimes you don't, and sometimes you pay the price for not hitting them.
As the timeout's going to come through from the Doner Kebabs as they go into their bye round. What do you think they're talking about as they go into this round? What do you think they're looking to change to try to get some rounds on the board?
They were defaulting a few times. Maybe they're trying to see a habit that Embers have been doing. One thing that I will note is they really haven't put pressure in mid, which should have been told to the IGL. Crazen's taking the timeout. Maybe he's the IGL here. They're probably all talking about it.
The Divine Doner Kebabs did elect to have every single one of their players tick the box for IGL on their information that we asked them to fill out for us. So we have just as little clue as you all do on the stream who their actual IGL is, but I'm sure somebody is IGLing, and trades are coming in fast in mid. It's going to be a 1-for-1. So that call might have been let's go mid, as they established some early control of mid, but are slowed down in their tracks by the Poison Orb. And he's going to swing out That could have been a big kill either way, with both players getting away with their lives. As now the hit starts to come in. They push out of mid. Anthony's going to find the first on Amaro. They'll get traded. Phillips goes down. Buggy will also get one. Not Yauk misses a wide open shot.
Player standing.
And goes down to Krazen, leaving Kozen on the long run from B. The least infieldible run in the game. Left in a 1v3. Might have just seen Krazen, but I don't think so. So certainly an uphill battle for Kozen. Especially, the Sova player, Cairo, is playing all the way back for the Hunter's Fury. Doesn't know Krazen's position, but Krazen's just going to tuck in even deeper. This is so difficult. Kozen gets tagged by the Recon Bolt. So much space to retake, so many angles to clear. Probably out of time here and out ahead as well, as Krazen will take it off. So the adjustment coming in from the Divine Donor Kebab so far gets them that first round, or gets them their third round at least, as they win the first round after the timeout, and are pulled back to 3-5. Now, a bit of an offensive favored map, like Breeze, or at least a more equal map, as we're actually going to see Embers call it timeout. What do you think a good scoreline is for each of these teams? What are they looking for from this point, from this 5-3 scoreline going into the second half?
Embers, you want to have as many rounds as you possibly can get at this point. You got 5. You know, you make it 6-6, and they look pretty comfortable on this map so far. Of course, their offense did kind of fall flat last map. DDK, however, they're trying to salvage this half. They're trying to get the 7-5. Breeze isn't slightly favored offensive-sided map, so 7-5 isn't uncommon. But if you're Embers, you know, you kind of want to put the nail a little bit more in the coffin here. Make it a nice 8-4. DDK, you're trying to get that 7. You're trying to win out from here. So probably a good time for Embers. See how they made the adjustments. Looks like the pings are coming out. Looks like they're both trying to make decent adjustments. And it's probably going to be a little bit more towards a B hit here for DDK.
There's actually a
And
couple
we're gonna
players
see
late rotating out of spawn for the Embers. They're going to get into position. And yeah, it does look like that aggressive B hit's coming through. There'll be 2 players, Tulips and Kozen, here to receive this. Tulips has he's top side of the map, as that's a null command, so that's going to force Kozen to immediately go running. He sprints to the back of sight, but Tulips rings in a shot from far away. We'll find the first pick. Onto Krazen. Buggy will find Kozen thanks to the Recon Bolt. Tulips takes out shoots her own teammate. I think I've been in that position many times myself, as the Viper's Pit's going to go down, as will the Spike. Donor Kebabs tucked into their Viper's Pit, all kind of stuck on site here. Ember's going to be a retake from every angle, but they do have to retake into this Viper's Pit as they start to explore within. Ash will find Tulips, Notyauk will find Cairo through it, and actually, Viper's Pit has gone down. Emerald walked out of it, so now Emerald will be left in 1v3 as 2 more of his teammates go down, but he finds DJ looking the wrong direction. It leads in 1v1 with Notyauk. Tops the Spike. They see each other just out of the corner of their eyes. We'll see if he sticks to half here. He will. Emerald swings out, finds the kill, finds a 1v3 clutch. Couldn't do it a couple rounds ago, but does it here, and that's going to put 4 on the board for the Divine Donor Kebabs as they work towards that 7-5 half you were talking about.
DDK, they played it fast that round and just made a surprise hit. Tulip, she had a great opening pick, but Kozen just couldn't find a way off the site, so it became a tradable kill that Tulip had. And they weren't you can tell they weren't really expecting a really quick play from DDK. And now we're going to see like a few people go up too. But Chambers out there watching it as the mid play from Embers come out.
Yeah, and this is a bit of a save out of Embers, who are just immediately surrounding the Divine Donor Kebabs in a main. I think they're completely aware where this hit is coming in. They've got a player fully just on the flank as the hit starts to come out. DJ up in the air with the Blade Storm, trying to find a kill. We'll find a clean headshot onto Krazen. That was a crazy shot. It's getting tagged by the Recon Bolt as the Hunter's Fury is going to come through, jumps through, gets the right click onto the head, and Anthony's going to find one with the Sheriff. So suddenly this save round for the Embers has found them up 5-2. And Cairo is in a pretty terrible position. Looks like he'll be able to sneak away. Tulips has pushed up. They're trying to find the last two. They do find Cairo, who will take down Anthony. Perhaps a bit of an overheat. And if Kozin peeks in here into Buggy, could also go down. So this, yeah, will go down. Buggy is very low, but this round suddenly a lot more winnable for the Divine Donor Kebabs, who were just down 5-2. DJ, though, electing to stay on the A site. This could be huge. Collected the operator. Should see Cairo walk into it. Takes off Cairo's head. So that will leave just the low health Buggy stomping around with very little time. Looks like no time.
Seconds left.
Yeah, and he'll just tuck in a corner. We'll see if Yao can find a gun to carry into the next round. But Embers is going to convert this thrifty round off the back of some clean Blade Storm kills and a one-tap with a Sheriff. Completely just shutting down that push into A. They really hard flanked, cleared out mid, cleared out B main, knew nobody was coming there. Left only one option and surrounding the Divine Donor Kebabs. They picked them off one by one and took the round.
DJ, give this man a knife, bro. Like, those are some clean jet knives. 2 headshots, even though the second one was right click, he rewarded himself with an operator. And then won the round by the Sova walking out of A main and taking the head off. And he opens it up this round.
Yeah, that op already paying off, as it looked like the Divine Donor Kebabs wanted to go for some mid pressure. Might not know that Cash has passed, should know now that the Poison Orb is just going to completely temper any vision, as it looks like the Donor Kebabs want to work their way up towards the B link, as they will go quickly. And Nightyoung's just going to peek out and find Buggy looking the other direction. Tulip will find Cairo as well. Yauk will take off Amaryl's head, and it leaves Cash in a unenviable 1v5. Goes down to the spray of Tulips. Again, kind of surrounded, just no angle as they try to contest mid doors, and once they lost that pick, well, I think we saw what happened, son.
Yeah, they just got sent to the slaughterhouse. They were trying to change where they were going from mid. The orb went out for the door. They walked up mid, and everyone was ready for them to go B. And one person here, one person there, one person over there. 2 players on B, shooting through tunnel, 1 person in nest, shooting you in the back. It's just an unenviable position.
As the Hunter Surge is going to come out before the round even starts, they clear out the back of B site and start to push in. Kozin, though, was patiently waiting for that recon dart and does shoot it. Site, however, has been given over. And the Tour de Force will be popped, so this is just going to be a full 5v5 retake. Tour de Force is on both sides, but otherwise no significant ultimates to be used. This is just going to be a clean attempt at a retake, as 3 players from the Divine Donor Kebabs have retreated into A main. The other 2 are going to have to defend the back of site and the spike. First starts coming, Yauk will win the Tour de Force battle onto Buggy. Krazen dodges the flash. But they're going to pop the Viper's Pit and start defusing inside of it. Yauk finds Cash as well. Amaryl, though, will get the diffuser and Tulips. That'll knock the Viper's Pit down. It's now a 2v2. His trades start going everywhere. Anthony takes Krazen off. Anthony takes down Cairo. That round went up to 11 all of a sudden as everybody goes down in a 2-second span. Anthony should have time for the defuse and will. So it's that 8-4 half for Embers. The Divine Donor Kebabs are looking for that 7-5 you were saying, and the Embers, well, they got their 8-4 as they go into their attack half.
No.
Yeah, DDK just could not get to the 7-5 that they wanted. 5-7 would have been a nice salvageable half. 8-4 on Breeze. They need a miracle on defense here, and it's going to start with this pistol round. They need to get the next 2 rounds to make it an 8-6, which means they're not too far behind.
I'll tell you what I think their path back is here, because with the Chamber and the Jet, and with all the long angles on Breeze, if they can get some operators online, get some early rounds, farm up some money, either get the Tour de Force and an operator, or just 2 straight up operators, I think they've got a chance to get back into this game pretty quickly. Operators can be difficult to deal with, but got to get there first, as Tulips will make some presence on B, and that is drawing the rotation. It's drawing a lot of rotations, as actually the hit looks to be coming towards A for Embers. We'll see who wins this flipping Cairo. Not Yauk, it'll be Cairo. That's a pretty nice pick for the defense. Gyro will actually find a second before getting traded. Spike's going to make its way onto site as Buggy peeks out over top. Takes a shot, but doesn't get the kill.
Spike planted.
Spike does go down as Buggy's going to get headshot through the box. Tulip's in a uncomfortable close position as Kozen's shock dart will finally take Buggy down. Cash throwing the 0 point, and Tulips with a nice shot gets Cash. Gets a headshot onto Amaral as well, but Amaral's going to find 2, so that's going to leave Kozen in the 1v2. Amaral on very low hit points. Just walk out into a free kill here. We're going to see who gets the angles. Kozen will find the first, but the right click of Amaral comes through. Another 3K for Amaral, who got a lot of those in the first map. Will be enough. The fuse should come through. And it looks like, yeah, plenty of time. So, DDK, Divine Donor Kebabs, win a pretty big pistol round by all of 4 hit points to keep this one in contention.
That armor pickup by Armor just saved the round. Single-handedly just gave him 4 more HP than he needed with $400. Like, that's a nice factor in winning a round. Buying some armor, winning a round.
Indeed.
Now we gotta see. Now we gotta see them with armor.
As we keep talking over each other, my apologies.
Yeah, you're good.
As it looks like we're going to see an aggressive push from the Donor Kebabs, perhaps into elbow. If this gets traded, this could actually be deadly, but instead that's a shooting gallery. Amaral swings off of it.
Down B.
The crunch comes through. I thought it could get worrying if they could find the first, but they can't even manage that. Anthony, nervous, anxious about the swing from Cash, can't quite take down Amaral either, and that swing does come through. Just a quick and clean flawless from the Donor Kebabs. I think Amaral is the only player who took any damage, as they will very cleanly get their 6th on the board.
That was just never going to be main again. That's what my explanation is there. Don't want to get slaughtered like that again. As we're going to see Buggy playing on top of a pyramid here, this is going to be a make or break angle. Should hit a headshot.
Embers, you've got to think, should be favored in this round. Rifles are such a huge deal on Breeze, especially when you've got all that Vandals, though Cash could make this an interesting 1v1. Never mind, looking the wrong direction. So with full rifles, unless these marshals can find a few heads or Cairo can find some closer angles, Spike's going to go down. I really favor Embers here, I say, as Tulips gets picked off walking through her smoke, or her toxic screen. The Spike will go down and DJ will find Cairo. But the marshals ring out. Amaral dies on the lurk. Leaves the 2 marshal players alive. Buggy trying to pick ahead with the headhunter. Instead goes home empty-handed. Yaup cleans up a 3rd. Anthony takes off Krazen's head. So a bit of an early rally in the round, but the Embers will put their 9th on the board. As expected, the Donor Kebabs can't convert the bonus and go into their gun round here.
Need a drop, thanks.
The rifles rang true there, even though it did cost them 2 players. But those were some pretty nasty shots. One Tulip, she just had her back turned at the wrong place. Who plays behind that box? Only Cairo will know.
As we've got a very, very spread out default. Actually, they've really taken control of B main early. As you can, if you look on the minimap, the Donor Kebabs have full control of that whole B main. They have full control of mid. This is reminiscent of a round the Embers pulled in the first half, as now the Embers find themselves surrounded. It was a thrifty when they did it, and we'll see the Donor Kebabs still have to convert the round here, as the hit's going to come towards A. They're going to force Buggy to teleport out of that danger close position. Ping some shots through. I think found some damage, but Anthony instead will find Amaral's head as the first pick goes the way of the Embers and the Spike goes down. Hunter's Fury is actually going to be popped as well from the offense as Yaup finds Cash. It's a 5v3 on the retake. Buggy tagged once by the Hunter's Fury. Cairo will find one onto Yaup. The flank has come through now. DJ will find Krazen, Buggy, and Cairo both take down a pair each. So now it's a 2v2. Buggy, though, kind of left in an awkward angle. Cairo has 5 hit points, only doing slightly better than the 4 of his opponent in DJ. Poking out, spray duel, Kozin will clean it up. And the Divine Donor Kebabs convert despite getting pinched.
DDK to B
Or the
main
Embers will
mid.
rather.
Yeah. They took the entire map except where Embers were staying. And Embers didn't really care. They just walked in, got a few kills, and that's when the flanks arrived. When there's nobody to worry about on where your front is, now you're being flanked in the back, but there's nobody in your front. You can turn around and not worry about being shot in your back anymore. So the flanks were just a little late. Would have been a great play if they were there maybe 2 seconds earlier.
And it doesn't look like Embers want to slow down here into this round. A Pick's going to go across on the other side of the map as they start to push in. As Cryo finds one, Crazen also finds one with the Marshall. They will get Anthony back up, so that's pretty important. The null command came through early, and so it'll be a 4v3 on the retake into the worst guns. Make that a 3v3. Make that a 3v2 as Cash finds 2 with the Sheriff. On 20 hit points, but 20 is more than 0. Will pop his own null command and goes down. That null command will be ticking. So no abilities to the side of the Embers. So they have in the site as the retake is just coming in immediately. And Anthony's going to find Amarel, so that should leave Kozin, or Crazen rather, in a pretty unenviable situation. Pops off the shot with the Marshall. Just has the Marshall. Tulip swings out and finds him. There was a chance for the Donor Kebabs to convert that 50, and the null command, I think, perhaps a smart investment there, but unfortunately the round doesn't go their way.
Smart investment, but big. It was high risk, high reward. That null command, if it got another kill, 100% worth. Because what are they supposed to do? Leave site when now it's a 2v3 and you got to worry about having no abilities? You can't run away if you can't put up a wall. But Tulip and Anthony stood strong there, and they showed them how to play the round. As we're going to see DDK again get aggressive on this B side. And they're playing it really slow, and it looks like Embers are ready to come into the site. As the wall comes up, Buggy, all he can do is spray through the smoke.
And Buggy, who's gone for that position so many times, gets nothing out of it, though. Hunter's Fury gonna tag Tulip. She's ducking, dip, diving, and dodging. She will survive just barely. I'm not sure how that lasts. Hunter's Fury didn't get her. She's gonna pop the Viper's Pit. She's very low, though, and will just go down to a shock dart. I was about to say that, as she does go down. That's going to leave Embers in a really unfortunate position. 4v5 without the spike down. Cash finds Anthony. Now the spike's just left in no man's land. Kozin will find one on the pushing Buggy, but they've got to completely retake site now with the spike secured by the Divine Donor Kebabs. Retaking as the attackers is not something you usually expect, but it's pretty much what's being asked of the Embers here. They've got to find a way to take down the last 4. DJ's going to loop all the way around to mid. I think they're just going to wait for that play from him. Cash is very, very low. Hammer will just find Kozin through the Viper screen. He'll find a second as well. DJ going to have to make a huge play to convert this round. Spot's ahead, but can't click it, and Crazen will do so instead. As the Embers drop the round and the Divine Donor Kebabs get their 7th on the board.
They found their 7th. DDK, great round. They keep taking advantage of Embers just not playing the entire map. Embers is going back to what we saw on Ascent. Play as 5, stick together, and we move on as a pack. Meanwhile, DDK, they're realizing, hey, we see one, we know where they're at. Are we going to see Embers split up here a little bit? As it looks like they're going to split up a little bit, go up to mid and elbow. And DDK looks like they're going to beat them.
Yeah, there's going to be an aggressive push from the Divine Donor Kebabs. They're triple swinging into B main. They actually lose the first, though. Cash goes down. And Tulips will also take off Crazen's head. Amaril in a really sneaky position. Could find 1, maybe 2 here. Might need to find more to convert this round. Glinds 2 up. Gets a 3rd on a Tulips as she goes down. Amaril's lurk paying off in spades, as now they have to retake this position. And the spike once again. Cairo's just going to find Yao walking through mid. Buggies on the flank with the Tour de Force. We'll clean that up. Amaril's lurk into B main huge there. And EMBERS doesn't clear it, and they all go down. They line up. And that puts the Divine Donor Kebabs on 8, and I think that's going to break EMBERS' money a little bit. This is going to be a save.
It's going to be a save for EMBERS, which would probably put the 9th round on DDK. But there is a hero rifle. And last round, Amaral, he saw the distraction that his team was doing in elbow and just walked all the way underneath window and took care of everybody that walked in his path. Again, they're playing S5?
Yes, they are, and I will note that DJ has the Blade Storm. We saw that to some effect in the first half, as Buggy's going to be pushed off the angle by the Recon Bolt. So that could give some access to sight, but it doesn't look like EMBERS are going for it quite yet. Oh, this is so close! Finally, somebody swings out, but Buggy can't get the shot. Cash and Anthony are just going to walk into each other here, and that's unfortunate for Anthony. He'll go down, but Yauk finds Krazen with Classic, and DJ will find Buggy with the Blade Storm, so suddenly it's a 4v3, but there's flanks coming in, though Tulips will find Pyro, and DJ recovered the Operator and got the flanking Cash, so that leaves Amaral in a 1v3. Amaral's already got one, though, this game, so this is not quite out of reach yet, and it's going to clear not Yauk first. So Amaral's got a great chance at this now. Both these players kind of in similar positions. Can't really go anywhere right now. Amaral just has to find the last two. Peeking both sides, got Tulips very low. Probably got the headshot in the box. Finds a headshot onto DJ. So now Tulips left in a 1v1. 9 hit points on her. Swings out around the box. Amaral finds her ahead. Another 1v3. Saves the round for the Divine Donor Kebabs. And they're going to get their 9th on the board and avoid getting thriftied.
Amaral just does not want to lose this match. That's the second time he's come up big in the last 2 rounds. Push out B main, he'll shoot you in the back. Push out A, he'll clutch the round. What are you supposed to do when the guy just won't stop?
I think Amaral has something like 7 3Ks in these 2 maps so far. I swear every time I look at the scoreboard at the end, or the kill feed, I just see Amaral's name with a 3 next to it. It's another 3K. That's at least the 3rd this game that I can just remember off the top of my head, as the Donor Kebabs get a huge one. Now that was EMBERS saved. The guns come out here as Amaral's going to throw down the Viper's Pit. A very scary sight on the B site. It's probably going to force EMBERS towards A. We'll see though. They are going with a very, very widespread default here. Bit of a mix-up. What do you think? What do you think they're trying to do with this?
They're trying to slow play it here. They noticed that DDK has been playing relatively really aggressive, and it's going to pay off with that pick from Chamber onto the Cash.
Yeah, Yauk will find Cash.
To rotate from there.
Yeah, Yauk will find Cash, and there's a lot of players rotating towards Nest and back towards B. Krazen and Yauk are about to have an insane duel. Krazen tries to go for the no-scope, but can't find it, so we'll go down. And now that leaves Buggy, who was trying to flank as the only A defender. Buggy tried to sneak out. They really thought this spike was going B, but it never did. It never left mid, and it's going to go down A here. So Cairo and Amaral going to have to retake 2v5 if they elect to go for this. I don't know how their money's looking, but if they give this round, it will be 12 on the 4th December. And it's going to end it as Yauk swings out from the nest, takes one head and takes the other by the body. And that'll put the 12th on the board for EMBERS and put them on map point, and a chance for a series split here. As they did drop the first map of Ascent to the Donor Kebabs. 13-5 was pretty convincing. Here they're looking to get 13-9 or just any 13 on the board for themselves as we go into round 22 actually. If I could learn to do math. Never do math on stream.
Round 22 coming up here. EMBERS really learned that DDK plays aggressive, and they waited for it, and they punished it. And Chamber gets a nice little 4K. And now they're spreading out a little bit here. Of course, they're letting the Chamber do the Chamber things. And the wall comes up A, which Buggy should be calling out.
Take flight.
Buggy played a lot of off angles, and actually is going to be stuck in this one as the null command comes out. We'll see if they clear it. They will with the drone, but they won't clear it with guns as both players have their knives out. The 3rd player goes down to Buggy. That's a huge play from this danger position. And it puts Embers in a 1v5 actually, and it'll just put him in the ground as Cairo will clean up the last. DJ found Amaryl, and that'll be it. I don't know when Yalk went down. Lost track of that myself in the kill feed, but must have gone down while trying to lurk. And just that huge play from Buggy sneaking out from danger. They cleared it with the drone just a 10th of a second too late for the two players pushing to pull their guns out. They get caught napping, and two heads get picked clean by bullets as we go into round 23 now. The Embers still on full rifles, but I'm not sure if they have enough behind this to buy once again, so this might be make or break to try to avoid overtime. First duel goes to Cash. Yeah, it's a big first pick.
And
round slows down.
Already coming?
Yeah, round slows down again. What do you think Embers need to do to get back into this round?
Embers need to try to pick up, find where DDK was pushing out. Now they all backed up, gave up a lot of pressure. They have the man advantage. They're going to try to play with it now. Embers just need to get to a site and try to get a pick for it. As we see B here wide open, but Embers has no idea because they have nobody even pushed up close to B main. Looks like they're going to try for this A main push. It's going to go right into three players. KO's pushed out in mid. This might be a good duel here. Big duel for the fight. And Cash is just going to walk out with 30 HP.
Yeah, wisely back so he was low that entire fight.
30
As
seconds left.
it looks like the execution's just going to come in onto A. It's going to be a bit of a late hit, but they've got to pull the trigger now. And Buggy will get noted by the Aldro, and I think he's tried to be on top of one of those pyramid positions 3 or 4 times this game, and just has never worked. Always been noted by the Aldro. Some spam will come through. The Viper's pit, though, is going to go down. We'll see if they can get Spike down. As Graysen's going to find Anthony with the operator. Spike is getting down, but only barely. As Buggy swings out, we'll find Posen. Graysen finds Jake Phillips left alone with very little hit points. We'll go down to a shorty of all guns, trying to defend the Alamo inside the Viper's pit. And I think it could have been a cleaner hit onto A. Unfortunately, the Donor Kebabs were well positioned for that, and I think that Sova recon dart coming out was huge from Cairo.
That Sova recon dart came out right when Chamber teleported away, which tells you that they were communicating there as soon as the hit started coming out. As soon as they saw the owl drone, that dart came out. Timeout for the offense. They're talking about this last round, what they got to do to try to close it out here, not take it to overtime.
Indeed, that'd be interesting.
Go for it.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Tell me what you think they're going for here.
I think they're going to look closer to a B main hit here. They haven't really looked at B that often as of late, which might throw them off. But as the pings come out, it might be a mid hit here, which will allow them to go onto A through mid doors, and it might catch DDK off. They may not expect just a fast play through mid doors, but Sova and Chamber are already leaning that way. It could be a bad decision, but it could be a big decision here. They might even slow play through mid.
So this will be the 3rd match point for Embers, and yeah, the economy is not doing particularly well. I saw Tulips on lighter armor there. She does have a rifle. I think a couple other players.
Here.
Looks like the Tour de Force will come through, so that saves the economy a little bit, but I do see a Spectre amongst their weaponry on Anthony here. As we're going to have dueling Tours de Force. That sounds correct. As, a push out of B main. Crazen finds Not Yauk. That's the Tour de Force down. And unfortunately, that's not a gun you can pick back up. So that the Spectre will be all they have for Anthony for the rest of this round, unless they can find some picks. As that scares them away from what their initial plan might have been. They're still poking around in mid, but it doesn't look like they're going for any B presence. They're really worried about that push. And looks like they're going back to an A execute. What do you think's going to happen here? Do you think they can pull it off, son?
The A execute, the one thing is, Chamber is by himself on this site, but the worst part about it, it is a Tour de Force. and a TP out. So one shot and he's out of there. Get out of jail free card. But the thing is, they're still playing it slow. And Crazen's walking
That
right
shot-
to the other side of.
Yeah, that shot came through, and actually Crazen's just going to be found by Anthony, and DJ's going to open the door and find the head of Buggy. Suddenly this round going in the favor of Embers as they find two. Cairo, though, will find Anthony, but has to run away from the recon bolt and can't, goes down. So a 2v3 retake. Amaral, though, still alive, as we've mentioned, always a threat. Just had a 1v3 not too many rounds ago. DJ in this off angle to try to find Cash. Amaral can't actually see him in this position right now. Amaral's going to push forward and not fully clear it. Saw the gun, didn't actually note the player, though.
Player standing.
So that lurk will pay off. DJ finds Cash, 3k on the round. Amaral has to 1v3 again to keep this map alive. Can't do it. DJ finds his head, finds the fourth on the round. A huge play from him to secure map 2 for Embers and a series split by winning Breeze.
Embers really needed that. They're at the bottom of the pool. And make that 4-10, they can still win out and have a winning record. It's very unlikely, but it still gives them that chance. After Ascent, I didn't think they're gonna do much on Breeze, and they proved me wrong in a great way. 13-11, putting DDK away from even. 6-8 is their line now. They could have been a 7-7 and at the cusp of playoffs, and now they're still clawing back at it. If you can't make playoffs, at least you can claw one of your enemies down with you.
Yeah, and really, I think that was that was almost a pretty convincing map from Embers. Just some huge heroics from Amaral at least 3 or 4 times, getting rounds through for the Divine Donor Kebabs, keeping them in the map. Unfortunately, just falls short, couldn't pull out one more miracle in one last 1v3. And so, Embers managed to salvage map 2 of Breeze after dropping the first map of Ascent 13-5. Series ends up a split in this 2-map set. And that will be our last series for the night. I want to thank everyone for joining us here at the VDC, and we will see you hopefully on Friday for our next day of matches. Thank you so much and have a good night.